uh, 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 uh. Oh, damn, I done forgot we recording, bro. I'm Rome Jones,
You
by the
good?
way, y'all.
And I'm Tron Jacobs.
Yeah, man. And if you ain't known by now,
We just
we're
two
just two
Wizards
Wizards.
fans.
We're just two Wizards fans.
Discord for three. Nice pass with a left hand to Trash for the and one. Deals to Gafford. Right side clears out.
The Varius.
And we back. Episode 2, y'all. Episode number 2. We back. It's your boy Rome Jones, Tron Jacobs, man. We are the two Wizards fans. Glad to have y'all back joining us.
Absolutely.
What we had some changes, man. The deadline has came and it has gone, sir. The deadline has came and it has gone, man. But before we get into the deadline, man, first and foremost, man, I just want to check in with you, see how you doing. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm happy to be here, man. This is fun. This is exciting. And you know, like last week I said, we gotta find something to be excited about, and I think this is it, right? So I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be here.
I think this is it, man. I think we can finally say that we can have something to aspire to, at least for the rest of the season,
right,
at least, man.
Right.
And let's jump right into it. So, our Washington Wizards have come out of the trade deadline, and a lot of the folks that we had thought about possibly being trade candidates, those being Spencer Dinwiddie, Montrezl Harrell, Davis Bertans. Sorry. I mean, I don't know what else to say, y'all. Hey, we didn't want to see it. You know what I mean? Like, It is what it is, man. Good riddance. All right. Yeah. All three have been traded. Now, one good riddance I don't want to get too high on is Aaron Holiday. I did like Aaron Holiday. He was unfortunately traded to the Phoenix Suns. Looked like he might get a chip this year. Who knows? You know, so shout out to him. But he went over to Phoenix for a second-round pick, and our boy Montrezl Harrell ended up going to Charlotte for Vernon Carey Jr. and Ish Smith coming back to DC, and they also received a second-round pick. Now, the big trade, the monster that everybody has been talking about here in the DMV area has been for Mr. Chris Porzingis, man. Mr. Chris Porzingis. And that is the trade that involves Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans for the 7'3" big man, formerly of the New York Knicks and Dallas Mavericks. Real quick, bro, I would love to hear your thoughts on this, man. How you feeling after the deadline?
Hopeful. I think that's the right word, right? So I will say this. I didn't necessarily know or think we were going to get rid of Trez. I'm happy for him because he's going back to North Carolina. That's where he's from. I'm sure he's happy. Davis and Dinwiddie, it was your time. Getting Porzingis, though, if I'm to be completely honest, that's kind of big for us. I'm kind of confused about how the lineups are going to work. Seeing as how he's 7'3", I'm thinking that it'll probably be an opportunity to move Thomas Bryant or Gafford down to playing a 4 unless... Okay, let me say it this way. The way that I would do it is I would have Kristaps playing offensively at the 5, defensively at the 4. I would put in, if you're going to have him and TB or him and Gafford, that's how I would do it. If you're not, then I'm assuming they're just going to put him at the 4, move Kuz down to the 3. That's just my guess. I don't know, but either way, overall, I'm pretty happy with what we were able to accomplish. I'm still confused because I don't know where our starting point guard is still, but overall, I'm okay with it. We got another all-star on the team. I think Brad's going to be happy with that.
I agree. I agree with you on a lot of things that you said. I think, first of all, it was a great day for our team moving forward. the one thing that sticks out to me about this particular trade that I want us all to be cognizant of is that Tommy Shepard, as much as I like Tommy, he played a little bit of cleanup. And basically the miss on Dinwiddie and Bertans is now coupled into Kristaps Porzingis. Right? So now it's like you're still not off the hook, Tommy. You know what I mean? Like you still got to make this work because KP is definitely still a little pricey. You know, I want to say that we freed up a little bit of money early on in this deal. I think coming into next year to where we could probably go and get another guy if we need to. But it does lock us in for that extra year to be paying him. So I think that there is some promise. Full potential, we could be looking at a real monster tandem between him and Brad. I think. Because I'm kind of looking at the lineup the same way, right? Where we don't have a point guard. That should be a topic within itself. We got Brad. Yes, I think Kuz has to go to the 3, which I think that he is kind of growing into a little bit. Right? I feel like he's kind of. I see him as a 3. I really do. I granted in today's NBA he's a 4, but I see him as a 3. But put KP at the 4, keep Gaff at the 5. And then you got yourself a squad. Now,
a big one,
right? But the problem that I'm having here is that Rui and Denny still seem to be the odd men out. And I was hoping that with a trade like this would have freed up a little bit more for them to be able to do more, which, you know, going into the second half of this season, I feel like a lot is about to come out of that. But real quick, man, just any additional thoughts around the deadline?
My only real additional one, and we kind of already touched on it, is I feel like we completely whiffed on finding a solid starting point guard. Don't get me wrong, I like Ish Smith. Welcome back, Ish. We're happy to have you. But I don't see him as a starting point guard. I know he filled in when John went out a couple years ago. I get it, and he has the potential to help our team in the here and now, but not in the same sense as having like an all-star point guard or even just a very solid starting point guard. Dinwiddie wasn't that for us, and we let him go without getting a replacement for that. But that's just my opinion. I'm still happy with where we landed because I think KP is going to really do some big things for us, opening up the floor, being able to shoot, defend the post, rebound, drive to the paint. I think he has a very good game for what we are trying to accomplish. He's just like a 7'3" version of Kyle Kuzma.
Dang. Well, in a Wizards uniform, that's been looking pretty good. So I hope that is the case. But we'll see, man. We will see.
Absolutely.
One thing I will chime in on real quick that you did talk about was Ish Smith. Welcome back, sir. I think Ish Smith. He's one of my favorite Wizards. Like, you know what I mean? If we did like
love him to death.
Like Wizards that you love list, he's up there. You know what I'm saying? Good backup player, good veteran presence to have around. I think that is important. Definitely still don't have a starting point guard. Neto, he's not a starting point guard. However, he did look pretty good the other night, man, which is going to take us, I think, into a good direction where we're going to get into our next topic, bro. So let's get into that. So, second half of the season. Let's talk about the second half of the season. Now that we have the team that we have moving forward with here, what are your thoughts, sir? Any bold predictions for the second half now?
So my boldest of predictions is going to have to wait until I see how KP plays for us. But I say that overall, I think that we're going to have a good year. I think that we've been on quite a skid lately, and getting KP is going to help bring us out of that. I think as long as he plays and he's healthy, I think that our downfall is again going to be not having necessarily the guard power that we normally have with Brad out for the rest of the season and not having a starting point guard for real. But I think that the players that we do have are hungry. They want to play and they want to prove themselves to get better contracts, right? So I think that that's going to really help us out. So I don't know that we'll be able to make it top 6 and get straight into the playoffs, but I think that if we have the potential that I think we have, I think we can get into a play-in game. So that's my bold prediction for the year. I think we can make it to the play-in.
Okay. You said we're gonna make it to the play-in. All right. Well, you know what? I'm a little bit right there with you, bro. I'm a little bit right there with you. And the reason why I say that is because at full potential, this is still a playoff team. Mm-hmm. I don't care what anybody says. Like right now, the way that they are built, even without Bradley Beal, yes, I am saying it. This is still a playoff team. Now we've gotten rid of all of the unnecessariness, right? All of the tension, all of that fighting going on in the locker room and whatnot. You know, KCP and Trez going at it all the time. All that's gone now. Now it's all love up in there. So, with that being said, my guy, I do think that with the youth that we have with Rui and with Denny and with Kispert, I feel like that's a good young nucleus to go off of, but still have a main guy like a Kuz. Mm-hmm. Still, you know what I'm saying? Like I think right now it needs to be said, if it has not been said to him, that he's the guy moving forward. Right. At least for this year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, Kuz is that guy. I feel like that he should even be the number 2. Mm-hmm. I really don't think that they should be going too deep into like trying to. Yeah, we need another superstar, but I feel like Kuz can be that guy. I really do, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you give him the chance to actually be that, he hasn't really had the chance to do that before. So, with that being said, I think that this team, with a little bit of maturing on their side, you know, getting a guy like an Ish Smith in there that can still come in and switch up the pace and still provide some leadership. You still got a guy like Gafford. You still got Thomas Bryant. I mean, who looked really, you know, I mean, that was the best game I feel like TB had so far this year, the other night against the Nets. Yeah. I really feel
I have thoughts on that, but
I mean, granted, he's still getting 8 in the inside defensively, but I still think that he is a solid, at least a good backup. He'll be an amazing backup at full potential behind Gafford moving forward. I like this team, bro. I really think that the play-in is not, it's not unattainable for this team. It really isn't, bro. Play-in, I'm actually expecting this team to still make the play-in.
Yeah.
The way that it is. Just saying.
So, two quick things. The one thing about TB, I agree. He played great the other night. My only thing is I felt like he was playing like Gafford. I don't know if that's just me.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's just me. Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I saw him go for a oop.
So he was playing like
real aggressive. I saw him go for a oop real aggressive. I haven't seen that out of TB. I don't know. Maybe it's just been a while. I don't know. He hasn't played in a while. Maybe it's just been a while. He was just doing some things that made me were reminiscent of what Gafford has been doing and has been successful. And if that's the case, I'm all for it because it's good for us. That's what we need. We need that lob threat. So keep doing what you're doing. And then the only other thing was, I think that you're absolutely right as far as the play-in being obtainable. I think that at this point in time, we should expect that. And if it does come down to us getting into the play-in, my big question is, how long is Brad's recovery? Will he be available? And if he is, do we get past the play-in and get into the actual playoffs? And is there something we can do then? I think that's a nice question. I'm not sure where that falls, and maybe that's another episode, but that's just my thought on something you said.
Well, according to the insiders, which we're not, okay, we're two Wiz fans. That's literally what this is all about. We're a fans only podcast. All right, you can find us on thevarius.com, by the way. Anyway, so but you can Based off of like some of the insiders and what they have been saying, they expect him to be shut down for the rest of the year. Like regardless if they make the play in or whatever, I don't see him coming back.
Okay.
If that is the case though, that they are in the play in, to go back to the bold prediction piece, I will say, bruh, I'm gonna say it right now. If we make the play in, we're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna make the playoffs, and we're gonna make the 8th seed. And you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna play the Sixers. Okay, that's what I predict. We're gonna play the Sixers again, and we're gonna get fucked up. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get fucked up. But you know what? At least we made the play in again, and we got to the playoffs. All right.
You're right.
I am not with this whole tanking shit, dog.
Yeah.
I'm for real. Like I know that there are some Wizards fans out there that want to go. What's the kid Ivy, who's the point guard? I think for Maryland. I don't know, but either way, he's nice. Don't get it twisted. The dude is nice, but I'm never gonna be on the side of tanking. And I feel like Ted Leonsis, he's made it very known that he's not a tanking type of owner. You know what I'm saying? So yes, our best players down, we still gonna win. Yeah, straight like that. We gonna go out here and we're gonna try to win. That's to me the best way you can learn for these young guys.
Absolutely,
man.
Absolutely. Go out there and compete every night, every
single night, man.
Absolutely.
Well, with that being said, man, shout out to the Wiz. Shout out to the guys moving forward into the second half, man. But before we move forward, folks, we got one more thing we want to get into. So, me and T, we're Wizards fans. If you guys haven't noticed yet, we are diehard Wizards fans. You know what I mean? Check us out, man. You know what I mean? So we got to talking, and we was like, yo, who are the top 10 greatest Wizard players or Bullets players of all time? Right? Yeah. We really didn't think about this, right? And our boy T, our boy Mr. Megatron, he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna share with us, man, the top five. Excuse me, not top five.
Top 10.
Top 10. We're doing top 10. 10 toes down. That's right. Top 10 Wizards Bullets players of all times, man. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna kick it over to you, my guy. What you got for us?
All right. So first, I want to point out that this was very difficult. Not only was it difficult, but it's also still something that I feel like can evolve at any time, just depending on how you're thinking about it. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of run through my top 10 players that I picked. There's no specific order. These are just the 10 players that I kind of came up with, and it was tough. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It was very difficult. But let's go ahead and just run down the list real quick. So the first one that came to mind was, of course, Michael Jordan. MJ is MJ no matter what team is on his jersey. But when he was with us, it was some of my favorite years as a Wizards fan.
Right? Yeah, man. He's the reason, real quick, bro. He is the reason I'm even a Wizards fan. All right, so I gotta show him some love. So shout out to Mike.
Absolutely. And then next I got Wes Unseld, who is by far our best Wizard of all time. All time. Dominant player, not necessarily due to scoring, but just his grit, his grind, his rebounding ability, and being 6'7", right? So he's an inch taller than I am, and he was an NBA center. And so I think
how tall are you, by the way, for the viewers?
I'm 6'6". So I guess I probably should have I should have put in a little more work, and maybe I could have been the next Wes Unseld. Not likely, but still. So next we got Elvin Hayes, and again, amazing player, Big E, right? Did a lot for us. Had some really good years with us. I also have Gilbert Arenas, the sniper, Agent Zero. He was kind of like that, the exciting person to watch. You know what I mean? Growing up as a Wizards fan when they were the Wizards, right? So he just brought a lot of excitement to the game. I'm gonna leave it at that. Then we got John Wall. So our guy John Wall, who, in my personal opinion, I wish we still had, but I understand it's a business. Next up, we got Brad Beal. So Bradley Beal, I know he's still playing, but he absolutely is going to make this list. At this point, he's already coming up on some of these milestones and some of these what are they? Some of these team records that we have. So yeah, he's definitely on the list. Next, we got Bernard King. All right. Looking back at the old Bullets jerseys. That's a throwback for you, right?
No, you can't go wrong with that.
All right. So we got Earl Monroe, also known as Earl the Pearl. I even heard that there was a couple of Black Jesuses out there. You know what I mean? They got nicknames for your boy.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Amen. And then we got Moses Malone.
Big Mo. Big Mo.
I know we only got a couple years out of him, but he's definitely going down as a classic. And then someone that I know is close to your heart, Rome, is I put Phil Chenier on here.
My boy Phil. Check him out. 4-5.
Right.
4-5.
So Phil had to make the list. I also want to just give out a shout out to Phil Chenier because I was a little upset when he stopped doing our broadcasting. But it is what it is. But yeah, so that's TRON'S top 10. My thing is I want to know what everybody else's top 10 is. So we're gonna put out a little bit of a post later on, try to get some feedback and see what your top 10 is. You can text us at this number on the screen, 571-572-0977, or you can give us a call and leave a message. But we want to know what your top 10 is.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Let us know on IG and Twitter too, man. We looking for y'all out there as well, man. At 2 Wiz Fans. We want to know. Like this, remember, just because we're just 2 Wizards fans, we know there's a million of you out there, and we want to hear from you all. So definitely hit us up, man. We
For sure.
See what's on your mind there. Well, without further ado, we're right at the end of the episode for today, y'all. But one whiz for thought that I want to leave you with, man. And one guy that really stands out to me, bro. I'm for real. That's why I had to really emphasize this, man, because this guy really stands out to me. And I want to make sure that I show him some love here. But Cassius Winston, man. Watch out for this guy. Watch out for Cassius Winston. Watch out. We don't have a point guard. We might. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say, man. I'm going to leave it at that. But for your boy Rome Jones
and Tron Jacobs,
you already know, man. We're just 2 Wizards fans. We'll see y'all next time.
All right, y'all be easy.
The Varius.